All right, so once again, welcome into the weekly review live stream. I will be holding these streams every single Friday, publicly inside the Discord. All right, so we're gonna be going over recent developments, recent BTC price action, or any other pair you guys like. Drop me in the chat for me to check out. Um, Obviously, at the end of the stream, after the analysis. And of course, I'm gonna be doing also some trade breakdowns, some trade reviews, basically trades I took, trades I didn't take, trades I fumbled. So this is gonna be an interesting session. All right. So let's start right away with BTC higher time frame, starting of the yearly VWAP. So as I mentioned in the last stream last Friday, which was held on YouTube, so uh, I'm not gonna be holding any YouTube streams anymore. Right, everything is gonna be happening inside the Discord. So make sure to have your notifications on to not miss a stream. All right, so we are trading into 2024 VWAP, right? Yeah, I'm really bad at this. Sorry, guys. You are now seeing my screen, right? Perfect. Thank you, SHB. So, um, we're trading right into 2024 VWAP. All right. What that means is that we are basically getting some sort of bounce, some sort of chop around that level, and are obviously trading level to level, right? So if we're getting a bounce of here, we're gonna be seeing a rotation back into 80k, 81k, which is the 2024 value high. Now, development year value is irrelevant, right? I would like to see the first quarter closing, right? Because we haven't spent enough time into the developing year to consider that as valid. So after that, yeah, that's valid. So, um, of course, we're gonna be expecting a rotation as long as trend keeps on holding, right? So we could be getting a higher low here. Let me zoom in for you guys to see it more clearly. Higher low here, because this is looking like some sort of lower time frame trend, right? Even though we're rejecting into some levels. So if we keep on holding structure here, it's looking like we're gonna be going higher, right? Now, if now we don't manage to get, a higher low around these levels and trend basically breaks, we're having two scenarios. I have two scenarios in mind. Either we're gonna keep on ranging inside this big range for a while, right? This can be 2 months, 2 weeks, or whatever. Or we will be getting acceptance below 2024 VWAP, spend time and space below 65, 66k, and eventually go back down into 50k. Right. So it will be important on lower time frame to hold basically structure here. All right. So we're done with the yearly value. Let's move on to the quarterly value, which has been trading pretty nice, right? We talked about the possibility of getting a rotation up into developing quarter VWAP, right? We talked about this last week, last Friday. Yep, the stream was held like around here, and I told you guys, if we keep on holding structure and holding above quarterly value area low, we're gonna be seeing a rotation back to 75k, right? As it happened. Beautiful rejection right into here, but again, once again, if we keep on holding structure, let me get rid of these. If we keep on holding structure right around here, we could be getting a higher low. We're gonna be seeing a move higher. Now, by the time we come up here, we will have two scenarios. Either reject once again, and we're playing basically this range, right? Or build some momentum, spend time and space above, and we're seeing a rotation back into 85k, right? Hey Geeked, what's up, man? So, also something else I wanted to point out is that quarterly close is coming into like 2 weeks, one and something. So it's gonna be really important how, I mean, we already have a defined rates, but you know, we need to be more specific, a bit more specific about our levels. So yeah, that's coming up as well. So that's a bullish scenario, right? If we get, you know, a higher low printed around here, flip also 75k, and we're seeing 85k after, right? Now, the bear scenario is basically to lose 65k, right? Spend time and space below here, retest or don't retest at all, and have an imbalanced move lower. Expansion lower, basically, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of quarterly value. Another scenario is to just chop around for the rest of the month. Have some, you know, quarterly close around here, have a drop right into quarterly close, quarterly open, spend time and space below here, reject, and we're going down. I've seen this happening a lot of times, so yeah, that's a scenario I also have in mind. Now, your drawing skills are flawless. years of drawing in the charts, on the charts. So let's move on into the monthly value, which we have basically a beautiful composite value right here. We've been trading in within the prior monthly value, right? So last week we talked about this rotation from value area high back from value area low, sorry, back into value area high, where we got this rejection, but wasn't really convincing because we left these highs behind. So right into the into Saturday, Sunday, I was like, okay, we might be building some sort of, you know, lower time frame trend here, which eventually we did. And to me, this looks like a nice sweep of the highs, right? Nice sweep of the highs with the possibility of it being a deviation, right? A failed auction. So we have left some single prints above here into previous month value high. So even if we get a higher low printed right into previous month VWAP, right? Probably one scenario is basically to come back up here, retest, reject into previous month value high, reject, spend time and space below, and we will be getting a monthly rotation once again. But if first things first basically is that we're getting for now a bounce into previous month VWAP, which is not really convincing, but we'll see how it develops. What that tells us is that we are basically rejecting the rotation, the full rotation back into value area low, as the laws of market dynamics state, right? So this tells us that probably we might be getting rejection here of value, so a bounce might be bullish as well. So it will depend on the reaction we're gonna get here if we come back up here, right? If we have lower time frame trend, probably we're gonna be seeing much higher, and this is basically a good higher low in terms of higher time frame, right? So yeah, that's the bullish scenario. Now, of course, we're gonna be having previous month VWAP acting as resistance. So by the time we flip this, bearish scenario is in play, right? So a move back into 65k might be possible if we keep on trending lower here, right? Because this for now looks like a lower high. If it keeps on breaking down, I mean, it looks like a lower high, right? So we need to see the reaction we're gonna get here. Probably over the weekend we're gonna be having chop around here. It depends on how Asia opens up today. So yeah, if we get, you know, some volatility around Asia session, we're gonna keep on having volatility during the weekend, right? So but yeah, most probably chop around the weekend. So let's go right now into the weekly value, which provided us with some really nice plays. Starting off, okay, we did open up the week above previous week value, so all I think we could do is play developing value, and the levels that came up are here through TPO and daily VWAP, right? So I had some shorts around here, some longs here as well. I will go through them later. So the best play weekly value provided us was this rejection. I talked about it in the Discord as well. This rejection meant that we're basically accepting below previous week value area high. This lower high into deviation here basically was the confirmation. We kept on breaking lows, we kept on forming lower highs, we got a full value rotation right into the lows here. So right here I posted also on Twitter and on Discord. I will be taking some longs. Unfortunately, my execution wasn't the best. I got stopped break even. I got out break even, but I was like, this is going without me. I got in a bit after. Stops were at the lows. And I was like, okay, even if we go back into here, this is a good rotation. But my POI was up into here, which still gave us a lower high, right? So as you can see, we're forming some sort of lower time frame downtrend. So, you know, either chop around these levels for the weekend, or if we start breaking down, things are not looking that good. All right. That's pretty much the main plays previous week value offered. Now, also longs and shorts, right? Both longs and shorts. Now, let's go right into TPO. Starting off the weekly value, which as you can see, we are trading back into our composite, right? If I merge these four profiles, 1, 2, 3, we have overlapping value, stop merge. We do have a beautiful 4-week composite. Of course, this week wasn't included because we didn't have 50% overlap, but something to point out was that we had beautiful feel of the inefficiencies, right? as you can see, this naked value area high got filled, and then we got the rejection. So we had of this trending profile, we had fill of the naked value area high at value area low at the lows, right? Followed by a fill of the inefficiency at the value area high, right? At the naked value area high. So this was like a good level. Also developing quarter VWAP. So yeah, we had a lot of levels around there to short, right? Now, what I want to say about developing, about weekly TPO is that first of all, 69k is a big level, right? 69k is a level to hold if we want to see more uptrend. We can get sweeps into 67, 68 and reclaim. This is allowed, but if we start to spend time and space below here and we spend 1, 2 or more weeks into this composite, it's looking like a big distribution that's forming, right? So I'm not really sure we're gonna be getting something, worth bidding. I mean, in terms of trend, right? So if we start trading within 69k and 65k, beautiful rotations, beautiful rotational plays, but yeah, look to take profit quickly and not betting on a trend, right? So that's pretty much it. Now into daily TPO, we did have some beautiful plays. Starting off, this was, yeah, of course we did have acceptance above our composite right here. If we merge these values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of overlapping value, right, merged, we do get a beautiful composite here where we had acceptance above, price held above, and we did get the expansion towards this NPOC that I pointed out on Friday stream, right, on last Friday stream. So by the time we got here, we also had some poor highs, but something I also mentioned on the stream yesterday inside the Discord, I was like, this looks to me, previously I had only these 3 values merged, right? 1, 2, 3 values overlapping, and I was like, yeah, but price again didn't really move, didn't really expand higher. So I went over and merged all the way into this value and got this beautiful composite right here. This was like a 6-day composite, right? Beautiful D-shaped distribution. So after this, of course, we had, the sweep of the highs here, etc., etc. We did get a 2-day composite where we didn't get the opportunity to short on a retest, as you can see. This could still be a good level to short this single print right here along the value low of this 2-day composite, but it's not that much of a deal in my opinion for now. So yeah, after this though, we had some beautiful plays depending on this composite, right? If we look at this, expand blocks, expand blocks, expand blocks. So rotation of value high right here, we also got, if you guys remember, previous week value high, right? So we got 2 levels overlapping back into 69 point whatever 0.7, which is the value area low. Beautiful rotation, right? Followed, basically this was the confirmation, another retest, another rejection, followed by a sweep of the lows, and a reclaim above that level, as you can see, which gave us a rotation back into the highs, into this POI right here, which gave us also another beautiful play. Now, of course, another play could be forming here, a possible lower time frame low being made. If we do manage to get a low formation around here and we keep on holding, we're targeting these highs basically. Alright, a rotation from value area low back into value area high. But by the time we spend time in space below, this is looking like we're gonna be trending lower towards at least this the POC of this composite right here, 67k basically, which is a good POI. Now, if we lose that level as well, if we lose this lows as well, we do have sitting below us some NPOCs. Let me reset. NPOCs, poor lows, right? So yeah, inefficiencies below and above us once again. So yeah, acceptance above 71.6.8 and we go back into 73.4 to fill these single prints, right? And potentially even higher, because this could be a higher time frame low, right? So that's pretty much it in terms of daily TPO as well. Now let's move on into our chart, into our main chart, and let's make some plans going forward for higher time frame. By the way, for all of you guys that have been following me on X, on Twitter, I have been posting these levels, right? These levels that I have been posting are not random. They are based on the levels I showed you, basically. On previous quarter value, on monthly value, on the composite, right? So, by having some key levels on the chart, you can definitely get some pretty solid plays, right? I mean, if you sorted up here, that's good. I mean, back into that level, it's like 4% move, right? Even though if you didn't hold all the way down here. Level to level. That's how I like to structure my trading. And I'll show you right away the trades I took this week, right? So let's get rid of this. So the week started off around here. I had a beautiful start of the week. Let me show you all trades and ideas shared inside the Discord. So prior to no, this was Monday stream. So on Monday stream, we talked about the possibility of sweeping these highs. Monday stream inside the Discord, by the way. Sweeping these highs and forming some sort of distribution, which eventually formed. My boys in the court caught this move, where we had the extreme of this move basically right into here, which was also right in the previous month of a year high, right? So I was like, okay, maybe we will be getting a higher low here. I posted this trade, by the way, took half of the profits, some of the profits here, not half, 75%, 80%, around there. And then I held with my stop sitting around here back until we arrived at previous quarter VWATs, which was my higher time frame target, right? If you bring these levels right here above that level, right, we had some lower time frame trend. The reason for me to long was that we were into an uptrend, we were into a POI, we were accepting above previous month of a year high. So I like to take some longs, right? That's pretty much it. Now, going into previous quarter VWAP, unfortunately, I was asleep, so I couldn't really short it right away. When I woke up, price was back where I left, right? So my profit got triggered, my take profit got triggered, and then come on, what the hell? And then I woke up right around here. So into Tuesday stream with the boys, I was like, I saw some sort of seller's absorption forming around here into the lows, and so these highs have been left behind, right? And I was like, okay, we're forming some sort of sweep around here. This was also OMC, if I'm not mistaken. No, OMC was on Wednesday. Let me bring up the. We had some news around there, if I'm not mistaken. No news. Anyways, so yeah, I was like live on stream. I was like, probably this is looking like a sweep. I would like to long on a higher low. We longed, took most of the profits right into here, which was the daily VWAP, and then I took rest of the profits into the sweep of the highs, right around here, which was a good decision because then we got back into entry. So why risk losing some profits, right? Where eventually, but my bias was correct to take profits around here because we didn't really have any POI sitting above here. We didn't have liquidity resting. We took out the liquidity that was resting around here. We then start forming, lower time frame, a lower time frame trend, lower highs, and eventually we got the plus early into Wednesday, and I was lucky enough to catch some shorts with the boys inside the Discord. My boy Mints posted this trade. We took a short basically from previous month value high. Notice this lower time frame trend that was formed, lower time frame breakdown. After this breakdown right here, I moved my stop break even. No reason to go above my entry if it was bearish, and then we kept on slow grinding lower and lower, right? Where eventually we went into previous week value high, right? And at this level I was like, should I take profit, should I close? And I told you guys, level to level, another opportunity to short, where into previous week value high, I put some limits there because I wasn't really active to take it. Put some limits there. I was asleep to add, so this was like half risk. So instead of a 4-hour trade, this is like a 2-hour for me. So yeah, I was focusing on this rotation from value high back into previous week value low. We got this beautiful rotation, and I woke up into profits and closed the trade right around here. Now, next trade we took, of course multiple trades to take right here as well. Another trade, deviation of this, targeting value area low, basically previous week value area low. Of course another trade here, of course not that good of an entry, but right around here, right into daily VWAP as well. Let me show you. Right in the daily VWAP, right around here. So yeah, this was a good trade as well. So yeah, multiple trades to take, but again, you can't be trading all the trades, right? So right into stream, we sorted right around here. Unfortunately, I got baited and closed my trade at 1 hour, where it could have been a 2 hour trade, but it is what it is. Played the SFP into previous month VWAP and previous week Valuer low afterwards. I got baited, I'm not gonna lie, of this being like a breakdown, but it wasn't really a breakdown because we were holding. It was one of my rules to hold above the level that we swept. So after we got this break above, I got in around here, so got in around here and then took profit right when I woke up into a short POI in close to value high of this previous week value high and this composite value, right? So these are the trades I took this week. I could have taken a short here as well, but I was like, is it not really worth it? Because who knows? But it is what it is. So I've been on a pretty good streak lately. This was totally a fumble right here, but it happens. So right now, I will be focusing more on scalping, right? More trading like intraday moves, 1 minute time frame. So yeah, that's why I'm taking this month a lot more trades. I'm up for the month like 20 something hour. I don't remember, but we've been on a pretty good streak and it looks pretty good. Yeah, man, it's going pretty good. It's pretty good, right? So that's it for the stream, guys. Before I end the stream, I also updated the terms you guys can join. Of course, if you want to sign up, you can go through the link here and it will guide you to sign up. Or if you want to get free access, you can trade through Bluffin. Enter your UID here, sign up through my link, of course, enter your UID. For every 500k volume you make, you get 30 days of free access basically, or through Breakout with any variation you buy, 25k account, 50k, 100k or 200k. If you use code LORE and it's a first time order, open a ticket, drop in your proof of purchase, and I will grant you access for 30 days. All right. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys liked the stream. You share trade on the Discord server? Yeah, I share, like, if I didn't share like only trades, I didn't share. I shared this one, I shared this one, I shared the idea. Unfortunately, I wasn't active to share it on time. This one I took it from my guy Means. These trades were shared as well. This was shared as well. So yeah, all of the trades are shared always. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you like the stream, and I'll see you on the next one. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.